Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another video, honey. So I am in the building today because the girls are fighting again, girl. Y'all. It don't got real again, y'all. I told y'all in my last video I may have to touch on this topic more than once because I feel the drama brewing, and you know we always chit chat about what's going on in these YouTube streets. I just come on here not to, you know, be team anybody, just to put my perspective out there because, you know, when we have different perspectives in the atmosphere on YouTube, you know, sometimes those different perspectives help people come to a common ground. And I just really hope that I hope this ends, y'all, because this is getting sad. And before I even get into my the background about what's going on, in my opinion about what's going on, I just want to say this. As black women, and I know we get tired of hearing that black women gotta uplift each other, because in all honesty, people gonna argue, fuss, and fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? And just because you let somebody know they got you messed up does not mean that you're tearing down black women. So I don't want to get that narrative misconstrued. Sometimes you're gonna have to get your sister told. Sometimes you're gonna have to get your brown sister told. It's okay. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with letting somebody know they got you messed up. So I'm in no way saying that people can't have disagreements and go back and forth, and you know, it happens. It's life, right? We ain't robots, we human, we all got emotions and feelings. But what I am saying is, it's very sad to me how we will put so much energy as black women into arguing and fussing and fighting and proving points that just don't even really need to be proved. We put so much energy into that, but we can't put the energy into moving forward and helping each other and finding a common ground to just say, you know what, let's just squash it and move on, and let's just live our best lives. And like I said, I'm not above people arguing. I don't argue with somebody. I don't got somebody told. I still got people I don't like to this day, and they don't have nothing to say to me. So I'm not gonna be that stereotypical fake motivational person. Sometimes you have to get somebody told, even your African American sister. But you know, we got to do a better job in the African American community, because we really don't stick together. We take something that's this small, and I mean, we just blow it up, and we tear each other and drag it. And you know, I ain't saying you got to be cool with nobody who crossed you. I'm not saying that you gotta kiss nobody behind. I'm not saying that you gotta forget when somebody don't did you dirty. But what I'm saying is, you know, we gotta find a better way to just chalk it up to, you know, it is what it is, be fair, and move on. So that's my disclaimer for this video. This is getting sad, and so I'm just gonna talk about it and get my perspective and move on. But let's do better, black women, okay? But anyway, so now the people that are arguing and going at it in more recent times is minkmobdee and Hazel. Now Hazel has been brought back in the building, and I will say this about Hazel. Hazel is she looks like, she's, from what she displays, she's a boss. She's trying to also serve black girl magic, and I think she really tried to wash her hands with the drama and really just live her best life and, you know, move on from it. But here's where Hazel ain't all the way innocent, and here's where she also plays a role in how all of this turned out. But I'm gonna get into all that in just a moment. So basically, now Hazel has crumped back up her lives, where she's going in and she's getting people told, and the person that she's arguing with currently is D. And then of course, even though, you know, Keisha is, you know, even Keisha is behind the scenes still giving D information to put out there, so of course she's still gonna be a part of this narrative. But you know, D the one doing all the talking, okay? D the one giving her opinion. So even though D is the one doing all the barking and doing all the insulting and whatever, some type of way, of course, we still, you know, Keisha's still in this too, because I mean, it's Keisha's drama. So okay, so a little bit of background, guys. Y'all know I love my background. Remember when I told you that D is relentlessly still defending Keisha to this day, even after the drama died down. I'm assuming, and I don't follow this blogging site, but it's Lipstick Alley. Lipstick Alley is a site where from what I heard, people, from what it appears, people just get on there and drag they most hated YouTubers all day long. That's what it sounds like it is. And people get on there and they just talk about public figures and drag them through the mud. So I'm assuming that D is active on Lipstick Alley, and that's where some of this Keisha slander is still going on, and so that's why D is still bringing it to YouTube as well, because I guess there's still some Keisha slander going on and some false narratives being put out over there. So basically, like I said, D has been relentlessly defending Keisha ever since she came on the scene, and she's not letting up. She's not letting up at all, and that's okay. You know, and that's okay. Like I said, but in more recent times, there was a post made by Ashley on Facebook, and Ashley was not Facebook, I'm sorry, Instagram. There was a post made by Ashley on Instagram, and Ashley was just hosting an open conversation about open relationships. She was getting everybody's thoughts and opinions on open relationships. And so D, you know, she used it as an opportunity to open back up the conversation about the legitimate, I don't know what the word is. let me not even make up a word. D used it as an opportunity to open the floor back up for conversation about Ashley's true character, in so many words. Because throughout this whole Keisha drama or whatever, everyone has kind of painted Ashley as the angel and Keisha as the devil. And so I'm assuming that D, seeing Ashley have this conversation about a polygamous relationship, inclined her to, you know, bring it to her platform and just host a conversation and basically say, well, you know, I told you all that, you know, this girl was down with an alternative lifestyle, and I told you all this girl was innocent. That's what I'm assuming her purpose of doing that was. Now, here's how I feel about D. I respect what D is trying to do as far as defending Keisha, because I'm gonna point out something. When the Keisha drama first popped off, and when her and her first friend that tried to defend her, they fell out because, you know, her friend Brittany tried to come out and make a video in defense of Keisha, and it went left, and Keisha kind of threw her up on the bus. So the first person that tried to have Keisha's back, it didn't work out. And when the public saw that, they took that and they ran with that. And something that specifically came out of Hazel's and Ashley's mouth and everybody's mouth who was involved in this is, well, Keisha, where your people at now? We got our team over here. Ashley got her a support system. She got a solid foundation who gonna back her. Where your riders at? Where your people? So everybody was asking Keisha, where's her people, when all this drama first popped off. So, I mean, when someone is now on the forefront defending her, what's the problem? Now, here is where I think D is going wrong, though. And D is not 100%. What she's doing is not 100% effective. I think that D, and like I said, while I respect what she's doing for Keisha, and while I agree with her coming to the forefront, supporting her friend, so I don't see nothing wrong with her backing Keisha up, but I think that she should pick and choose her battles wisely, and I think that she should pick and choose what she is going to point out and what she's not going to point out. And, you know, my advice to D would be, you know, I respect what you're trying to do, like I said, because in the beginning, when no one was speaking up for Keisha, everybody was having a field day with it. Or they was having a field day. Yeah, Keisha, where your people? Nobody care about Keisha. They know she full of shit. You know, so everybody was pretty much going in on Keisha and dragging the hell out of her and basically throwing in her face like, aha, that's why you and your friend fell out. You ain't got nobody that's on your side now. Not a boo-boo. That was everybody's thing. Now that she got somebody that's bagging her up, now everybody got a problem. Like, it can't be one-sided. Okay? But I'm going to get to that. But like I said, I get what D is trying to do. So that's why I'm not on the D hate train. Even though D mouth is very reckless now. She done said some things. I'm like, ooh, D. But I get it. She's trying to defend her friend. But I think that she should just be more strategic. And if the drama had died down, we should just let it die down. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to call out every single thing that someone has said about Keisha. You don't have to come defend every single negative comment, because what's going to happen is you're going to keep it going. You know, I get it. You know, people do target Keisha because Keisha does come across as a weaker link, because she has not owned a lot of the drama that she's been in. Because I feel like, had this been anybody else who knew how to properly defend themselves and articulate their thoughts, this wouldn't be going down. I feel like people took advantage of the fact that Keisha doesn't really know how to be real and transparent and just say what it is and move on. And that you know, I think Keisha, they take advantage of the fact that Keisha is very conscious of her brand. And I think that, you know, because she's so conscious of her brand, but at the same time she's very overprotective of her relationship and her man, I think that all of that is what hurts her, and it makes her, it weakens her, and so people play on that. And so I'm gonna get, you know, like I said, nobody in this situation is 100% innocent. So even though I'm leaning more towards the side of Keisha, and I don't feel like she deserves the amount of hate and harassment that she gets, she's not 100% innocent in this situation. So I'm gonna give my perspective from all angles. But what people have to understand is everybody in this situation did something wrong. Everybody in this situation, every single person involved went about something the wrong way. And so, like I said, D, what she's doing is not wrong. What she's trying to do is not wrong. It's just she is focusing too much on the negativity. Like, if they talk about Keisha every day on Lipstick Alley or whatever, sometimes you just gotta let them talk and only come out when it's something that's, you know, worthy to come out about. The same thing I was saying about when people react to certain people. You don't have to pick apart every single thing that goes on. You can just touch on the big things and then keep it moving for the most part, you know. So, like I said, that's where I think D goes wrong. I don't think her intentions are bad at all. I think that she just does not know how to articulate her thoughts properly. And I don't think that she knows how to properly orchestrate what she's trying to do. But I get what she's trying to do, and I don't disagree with it. I think I respect it. Because, like I said, the minute that people, you know, that Keisha's friend came out and said that about Ashley, her people were front and center, ready to go in on Keisha. And so basically, like I said, what happened was D hosted a conversation on her platform about Ashley and what conversation she was having on Instagram, which was kind of random, and it did come across as, okay, D, you're trying to start it up. Paris went live, and she kind of crumped back up the conversation about why she, she crumped back up the Keisha hate train conversation. And, Ashley actually came onto Paris's live, and, she kind of backed up what Paris was saying. Ashley was just basically saying, like, girl, Paris, I support what you're doing. Because people were speculating that, because Ashley, keep in mind, Ashley disappeared from YouTube. After the drama kind of boiled down, Ashley kind of disappeared and started doing her own thing. Her and Hazel fell out, and she really wasn't in the drama like that. She really just went back to living her old life and doing her own thing. So people were speculating that her and Paris weren't friends anymore. Parisharley, the reactor, who is in this mess as well. People were speculating that her and Paris weren't friends anymore. People, Mink, D was saying that, Ashley doesn't mess with Paris. So I guess Ashley just came on Paris's platform the other day to say, hey, I'm still rocking with Paris. I'm still here for her dragging, y'all. I'm still here for all of her antics. Okay? And so that prompted D to start dragging Ashley. And she started talking about, basically, some things, allegations about Ashley. She started talking about Ashley not being the best parent. She started saying that Ashley will not let Jeremy see the child like he should. She's accused Ashley of trying to come on to Jeremy and take her shirt off and get in the bed with Jeremy. And when he refused to participate with Ashley, Ashley then said that he couldn't see the baby. So she's just on there going in on Ashley. Now, here's what I think about that. Now, I'm gonna just keep it real. And like I said, while I'm leaning more towards support for Keisha in this situation, now girl, if Jeremy told y'all that, I would not believe that. Okay. For real. That sounds far-fetched. Now, do I believe that Ashley is keeping her son away on some petty stuff? Probably so, because I don't care what nobody say. I feel like she was hurt with how everything played out, because let's just keep it honest, her and Jeremy had a slick relationship on the side, and he played her to the left, and you know, and he played her to the left publicly, and that, so there, I feel like there is bitterness there, and I feel like, you know, she don't like Keisha, and you know, she don't want her baby around Keisha, and I'm gonna get into my opinion on that. And so yeah, she is keeping her baby away, and that is not the most mature thing to do, but I get it, right? But I'm gonna get into that later. But do I feel like Ashley maybe keeping the baby away because her and Jeremy got some petty beef going on over all this? Yeah, probably. But do I think that Ashley took her shirt off and tried to come on to Jeremy, and he said no, and she said, well, now you can't see your baby? And I don't know about that one now. I don't know about that one. Y'all may not want to believe everything Jeremy say, all right? I'm just saying. Like, I don't know about that. Okay? I just don't see that happening. But at any rate, D goes live. She starts dragging Ashley. She starts talking about Ashley. And so that wakes Hazel back up. Now, here's my thing about that. Like I said, Hazel and Ashley are no longer friends. Now, when all this first happened, Hazel was riding for Ashley. I mean, she was in the comment sections. She was like, y'all ain't finna call my friend no side piece. That ain't what happened. Hazel was going hard. I'm talking about hard for Ashley. And I get it, right? This my friend. Y'all trying to play us to the left. But here's where I feel like Hazel should have stayed out of it and should have never been a character in this in the beginning. Your friend done slept with somebody man, girl. Okay? Your friend done had a baby by a dude that's on YouTube playing house with somebody else every day. Your friend gonna get some backlash. Now, if Keisha try to pull up on your friend, that's when you strap up your shoes and you there. If Keisha see it try to come up to your friend's job and key her car, that's when you there. But I don't think it's a good idea to come to the internet and try to start up a conversation about your friend and her baby daddy drama, because at the end of the day, this is not your baby daddy. I don't care how close me and somebody are. I got friends that I've been friends with since the sandbox. I got people who I'm talking about, I would, you know, ride or die for them 100%. You know, something happened to them right now, I don't know if, like, I got real close friends, right? And I get it. But when it comes to all that baby mama, baby daddy stuff, you stay out of that. I don't care how close of a friend you is. You stay out of that, because that stuff have so many layers to it. Like, your friend could be over here venting to you, telling you all this mess up stuff her baby daddy doing, got you all heated, and then he whispered, and I'm not saying this happened, I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is what Ashley does, but I'm just saying, this is why you stay out of baby mama, baby daddy stuff, but this is usually what happened. Your friend call you, she get you gassed up about her baby daddy, he ain't there, he this, he that, he did that and the third, right? Okay, boom. But then your friends still have to deal with her baby daddy to some capacity because they have a child together. The baby daddy ain't going nowhere, okay? So then your friend, her baby daddy, get back cool, or they end up messing around, or they have a whole lot going on their own, so the relationship becomes up and down between them. And now you don't insert yourself into it, and your friend may not uphold the behavior that you expect her to uphold with the situation. And now you frustrated with your friend, and now you and your friend into it about her business. My opinion on that is, let grown people handle their own business. We all adults. I don't need none of my friends trying to check my baby daddy. That's my baby daddy, okay? I had a baby with him. All you gotta do is be here for me. If I need you to babysit, look out for me. If somebody trying to jump on me, put your hand upon his head. If I be homeless, let me sleep on your couch. That's what friends do. But friends don't have to come to the internet and dog about a baby daddy. That ain't what friends gotta do. And so I feel like, well, Hazel is very articulate, and she's good at getting her point across. I feel like her coming to the internet was that went it. Anyway, from the beginning, because you ain't helping the situation either. Your friend still slept with somebody's man. It's like, it was gonna be up regardless. Like, it was gonna be up regardless. The minute that you say, and like I said, I'm not judging your friend. I'm not judging Ashley, because like I said, I'm gonna say it every time. I done been there. But one thing about me, I can respect when it's up. Now, I ain't finna let nobody bully me. Ain't nobody finna put their hands on me. Ain't nobody finna do nothing to me. But when it's up, when you step into some murky waters, when you insert yourself into a sticky situation, you gotta respect certain things that come with it. And the mess talking from Keisha, and the overbearing, overprotectiveness from Keisha, all that came with the territory, because you was sleeping with her man. So you gotta deal with what she come with. Long as she ain't put her hands on you, long as she ain't trying to hurt you, you got to take the humble road on some things, because you were sleeping with her man. So like I said, I don't think it was a good idea for Hazel to come to the forefront anyway, because it ain't your business. This is not your baby daddy. You know, while you're very articulate, and Ashley wasn't as vocal, and so she was really helping Ashley get her point across. I got what she was trying to do, but it wasn't the right move. You know what I'm saying? Because had you never came to the forefront and started hosting lives where all this below the belt things were being said, like, you know, her mama slow, her mama delayed, you know what I'm saying, people in the comment section talk about her kids, y'all over there kikiing, like, you know what I'm saying, if those lives would have never happened, Paris would have never had nothing to feed off of. She would have never had nobody to link up with and feed off of. So, and then minkmobdee, she wouldn't have had to come to the forefront, because had you never gone live and started defending your friend, defending your friend and taking the conversation to an unnecessary level, then the spiral effect would never happen. Dee probably would never have been even had to come on the scene had Hazel not start going live trying to defend Ashley, just for them to fall out and not be friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? So basically, Hazel woke back up. She done cranked back up her lives. She going in on Dee. She's making some good points. Like, she's making some points. She's just saying, like, you know, how are you sitting on live for hours and hours on every single day, and you know, you're a mom yourself, you have things that you could be doing, and you're just trying to tear down another black woman, and all that sounded good what she was saying. You know, she also started talking gangster. She said she'll beat Dee up and all this type of this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, she basically was just saying, like, you know, girl, you know, she started trying to, you know, throw a weight on Dee. Like, girl, I got me a storefront coming, you're nothing. You know, all that right there. And it sounded good. And like I said, had this not been a situation where she did this back when her friend was getting drugged, then she would have been totally right. But Hazel, Dee is doing the same thing that you did when you didn't like what people were saying about your friend. So what you're saying is right. Nobody should be on live for 14 hours dragging another black woman. Nobody should be going live every day on the behalf of another person. You totally right, Hazel. You're right. I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? We should all be out here getting some money, running it up, living our life. But you can't say that when you was on that just a couple months ago for your friend. Because let's be real, you didn't have nothing to do with it. Nobody, not you, not Brittany, Keisha's friend, nobody should have been, who was personally involved in the situation, the friends, nobody should have been trying to defend nobody. Keisha, Jeremy, and Ashley should have been the only people speaking on the situation if we just want to be all the way 100. So you can't really get mad at Dee for doing something that you just did when you and Ashley was cool. Now, it's real of you that you still defending Ashley and you still standing on what you said, even though you and Ashley not speaking. That's real, okay? But let's just be all the way honest. This situation also benefited you as well, because let's keep in mind, Hazel is a business owner. Hazel has a business line. This also boosted her following. Now, do I think she did it totally for clout? No, I think she was just heavily invested in Ashley's life. But do I think that was a good idea? No, it wasn't, because at the end of the day, this whole baby mama, baby daddy stuff, this stuff get real. And this what I don't get. And this why this is what my opinion on the whole situation will come in. Y'all do all this tough talk. I'ma beat your ass. I F you up. Y'all act like y'all from the street, right? And rightfully so, you may be, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all act like y'all so good. Everybody doing all this woofing and all this tough talking, but y'all don't understand why we not sticking to the G code from the beginning. Everybody know. Cause we talking street, right? We talking like we body right. We from the streets. We know how to get down and dirty. But there's another side to that. You gotta respect the code. So I'm gonna give y'all a little story time right quick about my life. Okay? My last relationship. When I met him, he had a baby on the way. Let's rewind. I've been knew him all my life, right? But when I reconnected with him, he had a baby on the way. Okay. We from the streets. Well, I'm from the streets. Now, I'm not a street person. I'm a highly educated, degree person. You know, I'm a professional individual now. But like I said, I'm not the goody two shoes. Oh, I would never you know what I'm saying? I get how certain things are. So when I met him, he had a baby on the way. I knew going into the situation, this was going to be very, very sticky, right? So what did I do when his baby mama started talking junk? Even though the relationship with him and his baby mama was rocky, he moved out, got his own place, left her, everything. Me and him weren't even in an official relationship yet. And he went on to have a relationship with me for 6 years. Me and him lived together and everything, you know. But in the back of my head, when me and him first started dating, I never took anything personal that the baby mama said. Because at the end of the day, I knew the sticky situation I had put myself in. So when she would throw her shade, when she would say her little jabs, I would pay her no mind. I would pay her dust, because at the end of the day, I understood that there could be some lies going on behind the scene. She is pregnant by him. Even though he's moving on and saying he doesn't want her, he could definitely still be dipping and dabbling with her, which he was, and telling her lies to make her emotional and make her feel like I'm the problem. So for years, I didn't say anything. I did not beef it up. I did not take it down with her, because I understood that I walked myself into a situation that was still rocky. I walked myself into a situation with a guy who still had a lot of dealings going on. Because not only did he have a baby on the way, he still was dealing with other people as well while she was pregnant. So it was a lot going on. So I had to strap up my seatbelt and sit back. And I can't argue with everybody who got some shade to throw. Now, on the flip side, was she finna keep talking to me crazy? No. Like, after me and him moved in together, got engaged, and it was clear that, you know, he had moved on with his life, and she still was yapping. Oh, yeah, then me and her had to have some words, and I had to let her know stop playing with me. But in the beginning, I had to take a humble approach to the situation, because I walked myself into a messy situation, and he very well could have been lying about a lot of things, which he was. Which is no shade to him or whatever, but it just is what it is. So with that being said, you know, everybody want to get mad about people throwing shade, and everybody want to get mad because Keisha's upset and Keisha's being overbearing. But you knew this was the type of person that this girl was when you were sleeping with her man. And Ashley said she never watched the vlogs and all that, but anybody can take one good look at Keisha, and I'm sorry, I would not want to be involved with her man, because she looks like the type of person that's going to do the most. And there's no shade to Keisha. You can tell that she's not going to leave her man. What she is going to do is, you have a baby by her man, she finna try to control the situation, because she controls the relationship with her and Jeremy, because she is the breadwinner. And so you're never going to win dealing with somebody like her, because she's going to insert herself in you. She's not going to let you and him have no co-parenting without her involved. And you should have thought about that before you continue to be involved with him, because you can't expect her to just disappear, because you had a baby by her man, and it was clear before the baby even got here that she wasn't going nowhere. So you can't expect her to poof disappear just because you got a baby by him. So if you're going to, your child may be around her at some point. Now, my advice to Ashley, don't start that nitpicking about the baby being around Keisha, because it's going to happen anyway. Now, Ashley, I get where you're coming from, though. I would be nervous about my child going around somebody who don't like me, right? So there need to be boundaries set, and maybe you all do need to keep using his mom's house as the location. But how long is that gonna last, though? Because what if him and his mama fall out? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would not want my child in the care of Keisha. I would be like, look, he can come over there, but he's not to be left unattended. You need to be there at all times. You know what I'm saying? So I would make that very clear. But, then again, everybody's like, who wants to take a chance with their child? So it's complicated. It's confusing. But Ashley's not, you're not going to be able to 100% dictate what goes on in this man's life, because you did have a baby by somebody else's man. And, me and my child's dad, we had a very rocky relationship in the beginning. And I just had to pray over my child and realize it's just certain things I can't control. And I'm going to have to be okay with certain things. And everything not going to go the way I want it to go. This drama is so messy that the conversations I be having be all over the place. But just getting back to everything, I don't understand how everybody's so ride it. Everybody's so worked up. Everybody hate Keisha. Oh my God, Keisha talked about Ashley. Keisha's talked about Ashley. She said this, she said that. But what did y'all expect? Like, that come with the game. That come with the game. So, while I don't think that Dee should keep going live, and I don't think Dee should keep being as heavily involved as she is, because if Keisha's trying to build a family-friendly brand and all this drama keeps popping off, all it's going to do is just keep spiraling out of control. So while I don't think that Dee going live is beneficial, I do not think that Paris and Ashley and Hazel are 100% innocent either, because like I said, you said some good stuff on your live yesterday, Hazel, or whatever it was. You said some good stuff on your live, but what you're failing to realize is you all just did this same thing to Keisha before Dee came on the scene. And so if we're going to be street and we're going to keep it G, let's keep it all the way G, and let's be fair. Well, when my friend was getting attacked, I came out swinging. I went below the belt. I threw some insults out there. So now, Dee doing the same thing. It is what it is. I ain't got nothing to say about it, because that's respect. Because when it was my friend, I did the same thing. It's simple. Dee is a lot. She is a lot. But like I said, I respect what she's trying to do, because this is what everybody asked for. When nobody was taking up for Keisha, the main thing y'all was hollering was, where your people at? Where your people at? Okay, well, she went and got her people. So what? Another thing is, we cannot keep talking about Keisha's tearing down another black woman because she is calling Ashley a whore, or she's saying Ashley is a side piece. We cannot keep want to be Mother Teresa and want to be, Madam CJ Walker and all that. We cannot want to be Black Girl Magic when we talk about Ashley, but then we can rip Keisha to shreds. If you are for women not tearing each other down, and if you are for black women sticking together and not insulting each other, it goes both ways. It goes for Keisha and Ashley. Because like I said, in summary, this is I'm going to keep saying this. This all stemmed from a love triangle. Whatever Keisha said about Ashley, whatever Keisha did behind the scenes would have never happened had your friend used her power of discernment and walked away from Jeremy. And she did not do that. So whatever's going on, whatever Keisha did, because, Dee's also, by going live, Dee's kind of exposed some of the things that Keisha did, because Keisha's sending her recordings. And so Keisha reached out to Ashley's ex-girlfriend to talk about Ashley. Something like that. And that was crazy. But like I said, what do you expect? You think that you finna sleep with somebody's man. And I don't care what he said about them not being together. I don't care if Keisha came on camera and said it wasn't a break. That's her baby daddy too. They were involved. Whatever. You think you finna go into that type of messy situation and ain't gonna be no mess? You think sometimes you just gonna have to shut up and be like, it is what it is. I know what I did. I know that, You know what I'm saying? She mad because me and her man had something going on the side. So I'm going to let her have that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you ain't, now, sometimes, you know, now you ain't, like I said, you ain't going to let nobody bully you. You don't have to let her take it too far. But every little thing, like, we're not going to make her wrong for reacting off of the betrayal that you and Jeremy did to her. Because both of y'all was plotting. We saw from the messages. Both of y'all was still trying to figure out how y'all going to make the thing work behind Keisha back. And you don't owe Keisha no loyalty, right? You don't know her. You're not her friend. Okay, cool. But at the same time, as a woman, when you know what I'm saying, like, you just don't want to involve yourself in certain situations if you don't want the smoke to come behind it. Period. Like I said, I'm not perfect. When I became single again, you know what I'm saying, I'm not asking no questions about do you got a girlfriend and all that. You know, I'm not thinking about that. If we at the bar vibing, having a good time, you want to buy me a drink, buy me a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying, I'm not thinking about your whole life story. So I get it, Ashley. I get where you're coming from. But you're going to have to get a little bit tougher skin, because if you think this girl ain't going to say nothing to you, or if you think she's not going to throw no jabs, you're crazy. You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Keisha, my advice to you is let Jeremy handle his own co-parenting situation. You need to remove yourself from that altogether. You didn't have a baby with Ashley. Jeremy did, okay? And if you want to stay with him, stay with him. That's your business. But, you know, you're going to have to kind of back up too. Because even though I don't feel like you should be getting bashed, and I'm not here for you getting torn down because you just reacted like any human was who had been betrayed. So that's why I feel where you're coming from. But, you know, when your man is out here dragging you through the streets and they create outside children, you let them deal with that. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make a big happy family. You're trying to make it all work. But honestly, it's not going to work. Because it's not going to work when there have been deceit and lies from the beginning. It's just not going to work. So I think everybody need to pull back. Everybody need to pull back. So that's basically what happened. Hazel went live. She drugged Dee. You know, she talked about her. You know, she threatened her. And Dee's going live, and she's backing up, and she's standing on everything she's saying. And like I said, my perspective still remains the same. Is what anybody's doing, is what Keisha's doing right? Is her going behind the scenes trying to be all up in the business, but with Ashley and Jeremy, is that right? No. But nobody was saying anything when Keisha was getting drugged. Before any of this popped off, and she was just being a regular person who had been scorned by her baby daddy, his side piece, and nobody cared about her getting dragged. Nobody cared about her kids getting talked about. Nobody cared about her mama getting talked about. Nobody cared about people contacting her brands and trying to counsel her because of some beef between her and her baby daddy side piece. Nobody gave a damn about Keisha before any of this spiraled out of control. So why are we giving so much praise and concern to Ashley? Let's just be fair. They all grown. They all should figure it out. So Mink, like I said, I respect what you do for Keisha, but I just think that you should let it go and let Keisha figure this thing on out. Because if she gonna stay with Jeremy, you know, it is what it is. She may run into some more drama with somebody else if he has issues being faithful. And Hazel, you and Ash ain't even talking no more. And I respect you for still standing on what you're saying. But let it go, because at the end of the day, when you was coming out the gate swinging for your friend, you ain't care about going below the belt. You ain't care about nothing. Y'all was on there talking about Jeremy said the girl had some hygiene problems and everything. Y'all was on there going in, and you ain't care what came behind it. So that's how Dee feel. So we all gotta respect the game and just let it go. But that's just my opinion, y'all. I will see you all in my next video. Have a good day, y'all. Peace.